Drop power. Be king. Get free or die. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. Okay, family. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe right here on King Drop Power. Okay? Make sure you go to the throne of King Drop Power. Subscribe there also. I got the elders over there. You see what I'm saying? And they teaching. They got the mic right now. And I want to make sure, the right information. Get out there to the family again, man. A lot of people that's, came into the so-called conscious community or whatnot. The first person they heard is the person that they kept listening to. You see what I'm saying? And if you talking about scholarship, you don't go off who you like. Because I hear a lot of people talk, I like this one and I like that one. I don't like him. You see what I'm saying? Regardless if you like a person or not, if they speak the facts, that's what you roll with. You see, that's what you roll with. Okay? You don't go off emotionalism like a lot of these people out here be doing. Okay? And so today, family, we're going to be dealing with the slave trade. Okay? I'm here studying, doing some research or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people out here talking about, that the slave trade didn't exist. Where are the slave ships or whatnot? You see what I'm saying? And so that's what we're going to be dealing with tonight, family. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you thumb up this video. Subscribe to the channel. Okay? Make sure you do that. Okay? And again, go over there to the throne of King Drop Power. Subscribe there also. Once we get that going, once I hit 100 videos of the elders over there on the throne, we're going to do a call-in show. Okay? We're going to do a live call-in show over there on the throne of King Drop Power. Okay? So most of the live streams we going to be doing, okay, it's going to be over there on the throne. You see what I'm saying? So that's why y'all got to go over there and get right. Because that's who I'm holding all my live streams for that channel. Okay? And so, family, today we got a full lecture. You see what I'm saying? Sit back. You see what I'm saying? Buckle up. You see what I'm saying? We finna go into Star Trek. We about to hit, our cable line real quick. You see what I'm saying? And we going to be moving fast through this information. And I want y'all to sit back and enjoy it. Because we about to debunk all of these goofies again. Okay? You're not going to be able to get up here and be talking about Africa. And I'm still on the planet. Okay? Anywhere I'm on the planet, don't matter if I move to Africa tomorrow or whatever, I'm still going to be coming up on YouTube dropping bombs. That's just period. These niggas act like Africa ain't got the internet. You see what I'm saying? They keep saying, King, man, why don't you go ahead to go to Africa then? Negro, when I get to Africa, I ain't going to do nothing, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse because as we know, it's a lot of stuff that we can't come up here and say safely. Okay? And so, family, I'm going to move out y'all way because I got to get into this lecture right here. I got to move out y'all way. Okay? Now, okay, family. Again, we dealing with the transatlantic slave trade. You see what I'm saying? That means we're going to have to talk about, the Moors and the Native Americans and, the triangular trade with Europe. You see what I'm saying? Because they just wasn't snatching people. They were stealing food, seeds. You see what I'm saying? They were stealing animals. You see what I'm saying? Taking them off to far off land. Okay? And so they plundered the Africa. You see what I'm saying? To the point where it don't look like it used to look. Okay? So, I got the companies in here, for the people out there talk about the slave trade didn't exist and it was in reverse and all of this crazy with the slave ships or whatnot. Well, here's an account from a slave out his own mouth, okay, in the 1700s, okay? And he writes an account of himself and the other Africans on the slave ship headed to the United States, okay? So let me read this right quick. Make sure you thumb up the video, like the video. We got about 30 slides, and I want to try to get through all of them, but I pulled all that fire up to the front. Now, this brother is an African brother that was stolen out of the Gambia, okay? Over, a couple hundred, on the ships with a couple hundred Africans. And he said, I would have jumped overboard, over the side, but I could not. And besides, the crew used to watch us very closely, who were not chained down, those who were not chained down to the decks. We should have leapt into the water and have seen some of these poor Africans do. Africans, prisoners, mostly several cut to attempt to do so. Okay? So again, you talk about, the slave trade ain't real and where the slave ships. Well, what was this brother right here riding on? He said, I would have jumped off the damn ship. You see what I'm saying? But the crew, and the captain them used to be watching them. The ones that was on deck that they didn't have chains for. Okay? So if you wasn't chained down, the African wasn't chained down, instead of him wanting to come to Babylon, he'd just jump over the damn side. Okay? The African would just jump over the side because he knew once he touched down in his land that he would never see the motherland again. Okay? And that goes to show, though, that black Americans, black people, never wanted to come to this country. Okay? Never wanted to be no Americans or none of that. And you saying you American, you lying. Because I got the ticket up in here where, these Negroes out here, yeah, we talking about, the fake WAPOs or copper ops and shit. But they think, FBA think the same way. Okay? Each one of those groups can't exist without the other. Okay? Can't exist without the other. Why? I'm going to show you in a minute. But I got the ticket in here where, it's showing where African Americans really came from the Caribbean. And y'all sitting up there trying to start a diaspora war with Native Africans and Jamaicans and Haitians and shit. You see what I'm saying? When in reality, y'all the same people. Which I'm going to show. Okay? Which I'm going to show. So, again, let me read this account. I would have jumped over the side, but I could not. Besides, the crew used to watch us very closely, who were not chained down to the decks. We would have just leaped over into the water. I have not seen some of these poor Africans, prisoners, several cut from attempting to do so. Okay, so that's one account, which I got another one. Here go another brother. Let me get I forgot his name. And I'll get his name for you and put it in the description. But look, he was making a fishing trip to the River Gambia and was all of a sudden stolen by some Europeans. But this man was a noble brother. He was a prince. You see what I'm saying? And he was stolen from the River Gambia, okay, and took it to Virginia, Maryland, to the North American colonies. So if slavery was fake, who is these Africans giving account of all these African prisoners on ships, okay? On ships, okay? Going to North America. Now, this brother named, Diallo. That's this brother name, Diallo, okay? But this brother was going on a little fishing trip, and end up getting snatched up and brought to America. Now, they figured out who this brother was. They figured out that he was a prince or whatnot. So they shipped him to England, okay? And then the Englishmen shipped him back to Africa. You see what I'm saying? So with some Africans that came over here that were royalty, okay? And once they found out, the European found out some of these people were royalty, not everybody, okay? They sent them back to Africa, okay? Because they, these is tribal leaders and, chiefs and kings and emperors and shit. Some of them got snatched up also, okay? And so this brother Diallo is a testament, out their own mouth, that they was on these slave ships. So that right there, they debunked. Now, let me get to this right here, because I can pull the fire to the front. Listen to this. This one right here is going to be talking about, how these FBAs and ADOS, fake indigenous or whatever, be trying to, talk shit about people from the Caribbean. Watch this. The final circle from the Caribbean slave society was what became the Southern United States. Right there in that first line, the slaves that's in the circumference of the Caribbean slave society, what became the Southern United States, slaves were brought to Virginia in 1619. Subsequently, Africans were transshipped to North America from the Caribbean in increasing numbers. Not no little bit, not no 500, not no 2,000, not no 5,000. In increasingly incredible numbers. Okay? So that debunked Tariq Nasheed and all them fake Negroes. Okay? So don't come to me with that. See, I only debate equals. I don't debate little niggas. See what I'm saying? I'm like Dr. Clark. I only debate equals. Everybody else I teach. So sit back and learn something. See, sit back and learn something. See, you didn't know this information. You sitting up here talking shit about Africans and the Africans in the Caribbean, okay? When you don't realize that's where your ass came from, dumbass nigga. See, that shit fired me up right there when I know I'm right. When I know I'm right, too. None of these goofies is astute with the information like me, bro. Just be real, bro. I've been doing this shit since '08, and I'm talking about this an everyday thing for me. I go out, get that bread, okay, and I come on back home, take care of the babies. Outside of that, I'm in here studying. Period, I'm in here studying documentaries, you know what I mean? Books, everything. You see what I'm saying? And boots on the ground. Now, I never been to, what they call sub-Saharan Africa. So, mainly we focused on the Nile Valley because of Brother Ashra Kwesi and shit. And so that's why I feel the study done been at when you talk about boots on the ground. Okay? But, what they call sub-Saharan Africa, I'll be there this summer, though. I'll be there this summer, you know what I mean? I don't talk about shit that I don't do. See what I'm saying? But ask these Negroes, have they been to the Nile Valley before? Nope. Okay? So quit talking shit about people from the Caribbean and from Africa, which is clearly, and we know every black person that ever was in the United States started in the South. You goofies that's up north, okay? That's up north. Y'all niggas talk like y'all from England, even the black ones. You see what I'm saying? Talk about we country. You see what I'm saying? But this is where your black ass came from. Y'all fled, scared of the white man. Y'all fled up north. Okay? They go for them New York niggas, Detroit niggas, all you niggas that's up there. Okay? You ran, you fled, you was scared. Okay? So don't sit up here talking about niggas from the South. It's slow. When y'all come down here, y'all think that it end up DOA. Okay? Okay? Y'all can't carry no damn guns in New York. Okay? Period. They carry guns in the South. They carry guns in the grocery store, at the movies. Okay? Everywhere you can think of, people got guns on their hips. So it's easy to get popping in the South. So I don't want to hear that shit no more neither. But y'all see that the slaves that went to the South of North America, okay, came from Africa to the Caribbean, from the Caribbean to the southern states of America. Think about that. If you could get some slaves in a couple hours just by, sliding down to Barbados right quick, you know what I mean? Them slave holding pens, okay? And get your re-up that way, okay, that's what you gonna do. You ain't gonna have to go all the way to the plug, to the source. You see what I'm saying? Every time, even though it's a bit cheaper doing it that way, okay? But sometimes, if you got a plug, he might be, way in Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? But you got another plug, he right there in South Carolina. And so you gonna drive 5 hours, 8 hours or some shit to get it, the pack, or is you gonna go right down there to your man right quick, serve everybody up, and then go get the big pack. That's what you do. You know, that's logical. That's common sense. So stop talking shit about Africans and my peoples from the Caribbean. Chill with that dumb shit. Okay? Now, got some more to read. I'm going to try to get through all of this that I can. So there was a study done by the University of Texas. Okay? And it shows how the African, you know, the diaspora African, you know, went into, you know, South America, Central America. Them are all African people. Okay? Period. There's no getting around it. You see what I'm saying? Don't argue with me. Go argue with the University of Texas and shit. You see what I'm saying? That's facts. Ain't, you know, the Afro, you know, Asiatic origin. Period. That's what them peoples is. Period. And majority of the black ones, they just plain old African. Okay? Because, again, they racist down there to them, too. Okay? So here go right here. You know, you got some goofies out here be talking about black people only came from West Africa. Is you serious? Is you serious? They be acting like, you know, the European colonial powers was going over there saying, nah, man, we only take icons, the Hammer, and the guy. If you, you know, Egyptian, Nubian, or, you know, Somalian or something like that, we don't take y'all. Okay? We don't take y'all. They was grabbing everybody. They didn't give a damn. And as you see, this chart right here shows the places in Africa that went into North America. Okay? So we just not from one little area in Africa. Okay? We came from North. As you can see, Cape Verde. That's a damn island. Niggas be forgetting to even mention that. But you see, we come, you know, North, South, East, and West. Period. And if y'all know from the Army Rock Squad, y'all know is Sudanese. Is Sudanese. Is Egyptian. No cap. When the day he ran his shit back, this man was damn near 100% Egyptian. That's just real. I mean, you know, y'all can go ask that. He'll show you the shit. That's real. I think the shit. Ain't in no arguing that. So black people, African Americans or whatnot, it's not just from no damn West Africa, though we love the hell out of West Africa. I'm on my way. Okay? So let's go back to this study right here. You see what I'm saying? The particular area I want to read, and it said, it is probable that the answer lies somewhere in the middle, depending on the particular situation. How sustainable the relationship between Africa and the countries of the arrivals. In such areas, such as the Caribbean, Latin America, particularly Brazil, Cuba, you see what I'm saying? African influences persist to this very day, well into the 21st century, due to the short lifespan of enslaved labor of the Americas, the Indians, okay, on sugar plantations in the region, and therefore they continue to import Africans into the 19th century. Okay, so you talk about in the 1500s, they import Africans all the way up to the 1900s. I thought slavery was supposed to be abolished. And if you go look at the documentary, The Last Slave Ship, what they call the black market today was really started by stolen African slaves from Africa after the time of the Civil War when the slaves were supposed to be free. Okay? Now, so all the way into the 19th century, in the southern United States, due to the banning of the transatlantic slave trade in 1807 and the relatively stable working conditions of the cotton agriculture, slave owners relied on enslaved, primarily on natural reproduction to increase their enslaved population. Okay? So niggas be talking about, man, they only bought 12 million to North America, man. You act like people don't have babies and black people reproduce, you know, more than any other people on the planet. Like baby kids, we don't die, we multiply, just keep going and going and going and going. Okay, that's just real. And so the population gonna increase, and it ain't even increased that much. So if you just take the number, even though 12 million, even though we know it was more than that, even though we know it was more than that, if you just take that number, that's about half of the people that's here already. It ain't but 40 million blacks. And so in 400 years, you mean to tell me we can't make, go from 12, 13 million to 39, 40 million? Come on, 40 million? Get out of here, nigga. Come on now. They just disingenuous. And I'm banging on their forehead. The African diaspora has defined by the noted historian Joseph Harris as a voluntary, involuntary dispenser of African globally throughout the history. The emergence of a cultural identity based on the origin of social conditions, psychology, psychological return of those diaspora Africans to Africa. Okay, within the definition, Africa is clearly the base. The base. It ain't your base ain't foundational Americans, motherfucker. Africa is clearly the base at the center of the discussion of the diaspora and has created tremendous debate within both scholarly and popular circles. Whether the diaspora remains connected directly to the Africa as evidenced by the numerous Africanisms and cultures related to the diaspora. Period. So we can have a debate, but motherfucker, it really ain't no debate. Either you African or you just self-hating. Either you African or you self-hate. Ain't no in the middle. You see what I'm saying? Now y'all, listen here, man. I seen the dumbest goofy on YouTube last night on Side Nutter. I seen the dumbest MF I ever seen in my life. Period. Now, if y'all watched Side Nutter last night, y'all know what I'm talking about. But this was the topic. He was saying, the topic was should, black Americans, stay connected to Africa or whatnot. You ain't got no other choice. What you gonna do? And, Side Nutter, man, you need to get better opponents for Brother Jabari. But Brother Jabari is a top-notch scholar. Don't bring some little goofies from up the street that need a lineup. And y'all know who I'm talking. My people know who I'm talking about, because y'all been telling me to get at this goofy. But get at that goofy for what? That's the dumbest MF I ever heard. Jabari just smashed him. Okay? Just smashed him. So, again, I only debate equals. Everybody else, I teach. I'm baby Dr. Clark and shit. Okay? Now let's go. So I don't want to hear y'all hating on talking about no Africans. Now, if the slave trade was fake, which we see that it ain't, if it wasn't no slave ships, how the hell you get the Barclays Center? You Wells Fargo and Bank of America. Bank of America was involved in the slave trade. Thank you. Okay, so you saying the slave trade fake? Well, how the hell they get these big ass buildings and shit that say Barclays, Wells Fargo, Bank of America? You see what I'm saying? All these insurance companies, all these big ass Fortune 500 companies, you see what I'm saying, was involved in the slave trade. So you sound stupid as hell. Nobody never brought this up. Nobody, and I ain't done either. See, I'm going to show you the companies that was involved in the slave trade. I ain't never seen nobody on YouTube bring this up. Let's get it. See, I've been banging on these goofies forever. I'm going to be 90 and banging on these goofies. Now look, this is the Dutch East Indies Company, who was involved in the transatlantic slave trade also. But a lot of what they were doing was stealing, Africans, you know, taking them in the Arabia and goddamn India and all that shit. Okay? So the Dutch East Indian Company were Dutch colonies of consistently of what now we know as Indonesia. Okay, it was formed from the nationalized trading post of the Dutch East India Company, which came under the administration of the Dutch government in 1800s. Now we know a lot of these Americans is over here. What they call Americans is Dutch, okay, for the damn Netherlands or some shit, okay. So here go some of the companies that was involved in the slave trade. Again, you got the Dutch East Indian Company, you got the United East Company, okay. These are companies that was involved in the slave trade. You know, every country in the world, okay, participated in the transatlantic slave trade and the Arabic slave trade.